So if you're, like I said, if you're not able to write on the canvas or paper, you can always write on the newspaper. And then again, let's glue this.
Do you glue the newspaper first?
Sometimes I go in between, sometimes I go on top, but I prefer to put the newspaper underneath, and then the colors on top. And when I put these pieces of paper, it's not that I'm actually trying to create anything in specific. Is just simply putting those colors together. And at the same time, I am trying to balance them and express myself also. This is more like a diary, I would say, right? Because in a diary, you do like different parts of your day. Like, how was your day? What would you write in a diary? So if this is something that you would have to write, what would you write? I kind of like to group these colors together. For example, reds in one corner. I don't know why, but I kind of like this kind of texture that it gives me. These groups of colors. It's kind of like, let's imagine if you go to a field with flowers, right? So you usually see all the red flowers together. That's what it reminds me. Okay, I do have some blues in here, blue and greens. Sometimes you kind of have to go with your gut feeling, right? So what is your gut telling you? Where do you want to place these colors? So by adding all these layers and colors together, you create a lot of texture in there. And with this type of work with mixed media, instead of being perfect and being all organized, now it's the time for you to express all ideas, all emotions, and you can just let them go on your piece of artwork. And then usually what I do with mixed media, so make sure the corners are kind of glued together. I know sometimes they'll kind of flip or come apart. So make sure you press them down and put some glue in there so they stay nice and tight. And then at the end, what I do is you can always create something on top. Let's say if you want to create some abstract art, you can do that with crayons again, because this would be more appropriate to paint or to write or to scribble. Even scribble sometimes. It's a form of expression. So I wanted to create some kind of abstract piece in this kind of project. So with abstract art, we have a lot of shapes, forms, and lines. So what I did is I just created like a big shape or a big form here, attaching all these colors together, and then just put a bit of color on top. And again, you can change the way that you are putting the colors, right? It doesn't really matter. You can do lines, you can do circles, you can do squares. And sometimes I like to do like little arrows or little V's, W's, little tiny marks. Sometimes X, right? You can do a few X's. And here you have the opportunity to play with geometric shapes as well. You can do lines, you can do dots. Few tiny squares. And if you like the theme or the way it's going, and if you still want to continue with that color, for example, if I like this orange here and I want to continue with that orange, then I'll just put some orange on top. And what this does, it creates another layer. It kind of makes that color continue, that orange color that we had there.
Sue, I'm nowhere near done. I'm still gluing.
You don't have to glue too many pieces, right? So only you can do big pieces. You don't have to fill every surface of your canvas. So I did nothing specific, nothing special in this piece. I simply put all the pieces together and I put some, let's say some shapes on top of the glued paper. So here, for example, that were two pieces of papers together, what I did, I just put a bit more color on top and I made this all one color, all one block of color.